What's up folks, my name is Felix. Welcome back to a new video where we are going to talk about Stasis network, one of the most hidden gems in this DeFi space. Even if I'm leaning out far of the window now, from my perspective, this is one of the safest low risk 2 to 5x projects within the next year, so in 2024. I am now part of this journey here since the pre-sale started. Who doesn't know what Stasis exactly is? It is basically inspired by MDB, Make DeFi Better, a project from Danny Wynn, which is also known for the Foxify decentralized trading platform. And most of the guys here which founded Stasis network were also part of MDB. And for example, they also hold some MDB in their DeFi fund, because this is exactly what Stasis network is: a DeFi fund with a yield farming portfolio with a lot of exposure to mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum and Matic. It's running on the Polygon blockchain. And in today's video, I of course want to give you an update on how my stats look currently. And we of course also want to take a look at the overall project statistics and why I believe this will be at least a 2 to 5x within the next year. So let's dive right into it with a view on the chart. This is the native token of the platform called Stasis, which is also your share of the DeFi fund, so the amount of Stasis token you hold in your wallet or the amount of tokens which you currently have in the farms to earn additional APY on it. So you don't have to just hold on to the token and wait until price appreciation hits because of all the token burning and because of all the yield farming returns which are used to buy back the token and burn it again. No, you can also stake the token, pair it with the Matic token, or for example the STS Plus token, which is the appreciating stablecoin, and earn additional yield here. And what you can also see in the chart here is that we struggled for the first few months once the project was launched in mid of June. We are now live almost 5 months. The pair has been created, as you can see here, 4 months and 27 days ago, and the price went down over the first few months. This has to do with a lot of people which didn't expect that they had to hold on to it for that long awaited price appreciation. That's why they probably dumped their coins which they got in the pre-sale or here in the early days, because they were not patient enough. But once we hit that bottom over here, so half of a cent mark, this was at the end of September, so roughly 1.5 months ago. And from this point on, we just climbed up and now had a price appreciation of over 100% to the point where we are currently, so roughly 120%. And this has one main reason, because the team changed their strategy over here. They announced that they will allocate some of the funds which they have in their DeFi fund for a more aggressive yield farming strategy. And this played out very well. Since 1.5 to 2 months now, they managed to get over 30,000 US dollars in yield in October from a portfolio of roughly 260, 270,000 US dollars, and use that capital to buy back token from the market and burn it. And now in November, as of the current numbers which they announced in their Friday AMA update, they are on track for 40,000 US dollars. Of course, this value fluctuates every single day because of the market volume and everything that's currently going on in the crypto market. The most important point for me here in this case, and why I also like this project that much, is because they are so transparent. Every month they release their so-called performance report where they show you all their positions which they are currently in with their wallet address, which you could track on chain. Here you also see, for example, that they have a lot of pools on Uniswap with exposure to ETH, with exposure to Bitcoin here, for example, and of course also to Matic. The team here in this case is completely doxed. You can see this if we jump into their Discord. This is Patrick, the CEO of the project, which manages the fund. Then we have Barry, the COO, so the Chief Operating Officer, which is mainly working in the background because they always say he is an Irish guy and nobody would understand him if he comes onto the AMAs. Then we have Brent, the External Relations Director, who is also working mainly in the background, and Michael, who is also participating most of the time the AMAs and working hand in hand with Michael on the DeFi fund. At this point, I can really recommend you to check out the YouTube channel. Just search for Stasis Network and check out their monthly updates as well as the community AMAs, which take place every single Friday, where they give updates on the current situation in the protocol. And that's what we want to do right now as well. We want to take a look at their current token supply, because this, compared with the yield farming returns, which are used to buy back and burn the token, is the most bullish thing about this project. Initially, they had a supply of 260 million STS token. This is the maximum supply which was ever in existence. And now, just after 5 months, they already managed to get it down to roughly 81 million STS token. And if we calculate that, you can see that's just around 31% of the initial supply of the token. And the whole supply is not even in circulation. So this is the max supply, 81 million. And in circulation, we currently just have around 64 million, because around 16 to 70 million are locked in the NFT contract. They also have NFTs which give you passive rewards every single week in STS token, and 70 million of those tokens are locked in here and get distributed on a weekly basis to all the holders. So we are not talking about any magic here, it's just supply and demand. The token supply was reduced of roughly 70% of the initial supply, and that's why of course the token increased in value since a few weeks now, as people got aware what's going on here in the background. Of course, there is a buy and sell tax as well, which is also used for STS burns and also for single stake yield farms and the treasury. But at this point, we can only imagine or project in the future what will happen if they manage to get 30 to 40k every single month in yield farming returns from their portfolio. Of course, over time, they will reduce those more aggressive yield farming pools to more long-term pools. But yeah, this is just a matter of time until the token sees a higher value, which it already does over the last few weeks. Now we want to get into my current statistics. How does my balance currently look like? And I am sitting at a total asset balance of 4,200 US dollars. The net APY here in this case is always changing because it is reliable on volume, and as more and more volume gets traded here within the token, the net APY increases, of course, because then there are more funds which can get distributed through the yield farming returns. My biggest position currently is sitting in the farming pools, especially here in the STS Matic farm, 3.2k. Then I also have around 500 US dollars in the SDS STS Plus farm, and I also have some funds in the single staking which are around 300 US dollars. And what I am doing here currently is I just let my rewards compound. You can see that here in the farm settings, they call this the dynamic system. So you can adjust the percentages here exactly as you want to have them. I have currently everything on compound. You could of course also go for a decent percentage in accumulation, or you might want to take profits which get then distributed straight to your wallet in the STS Plus token. I decided to compound everything here because of the already mentioned reasons, and once we hit a point where I want to take profits, I will just unstake a decent amount here and swap it back into the STS token, which I can do here on the trading function. So I just choose then, for example, whether I want to get out my farming positions or I just want to sell some STS token back into, for example, USDC. Last thing I wanted to show you here to complete my portfolio within Stasis Network is my NFT, which I purchased for 600 USDC right from the beginning. And this is earning me around 654 Stasis token weekly, which get then straight sent to my single staking. That's why the box here in this case is checked, which is currently a value of roughly 7 US dollars, which get compounded as well. And if we see the potential 5x, which I already talked about, this could of course be way more in the future. That should do it on this video on Stasis Network. I just wanted to show you a conservative low risk option which might give you very well returns within 2024 and beyond. Depends of course completely if they want to stick to their current strategy or if they want to change some things in the future. They might want to sell some funds of the DeFi fund when prices get to higher levels, but this will be of course topic of another video. If you don't want to miss future updates for Stasis, feel free to subscribe because I release videos on this channel almost on a daily basis on projects like, for example, Stasis Stasis network. And if you enjoyed today's video, it would be great if you can hit the like button. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.